Hello. Can you guys hear me? I know there's a slight delay on the chat, so I'm just going to give it a second. Oh, there's echo? Oh no. Uh-oh. How do I fix that? Crap. Okay. Let me see. I have two things happening at once. Let's get rid of this. Audio input capture. Remove. Okay. Can you hear me? Is it better now? Oh my god. My goodness. What a mess. Why is it echoey? Okay, if it's better, then that's fine. Okay, perfect. Also, I got a bunch of delay, and suddenly I'm getting a bunch of comments now. Someone said it's worse, but everyone else is saying it's better. So, okay, that's good. I am way more nervous than I should be. Let me test my next thing, which is having some lo-fi hip-hop mix beats to relax and study to. Can you hear that in the background? If you can, then good. Mic quality is very bad. Oh. Maybe I can just get rid of my headphones. It could be that. Oh boy. Oh my God, Roy. Hello, Roy. Please enjoy me struggling so much. Roy is my amazing friend and an insanely talented musician. Oh my God, you guys are skipping class. I wonder why I'm muffled. Let me take my headphones off and see if that fixes anything. Okay, let's try again. Gosh, what a silly thing technology is. This will not be made into a video now. I've turned the music off, like there's no more music, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, that's a mad echo. I'm accidentally playing my own live stream. That's not ideal. Okay. Someone asked how I am. I'm doing good. I'm pretty happy, minus this mess that this is. But like just working on a few things. I've got some big plans coming up. The audio is a little bit crispy. Now it's crispy? It went from fuzzy to crispy. Okay. I will be posting the VOD of this live stream afterwards, but so I hope to... Oh, good. Okay, now... Oh, God, the delay on the chat is ridiculous. Okay, yeah, I took my headphones out. And so the VOD will be up. As for the white noise, that is because my computer is crying. I'm so I have no idea what to do about that, I'm afraid. Maybe if I like move it, no, because I don't know. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. It's always pretty noisy. I've shut down any programs I'm not running, but I don't know, she complains a lot. So I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with the background noise. The stress. I'm gonna illustrate how I feel right now. I'm all jittery, like this is ridiculous. Why am I jittery about a live stream? I mean, the people that are watching are probably my longtime supporters anyway. So it's like you guys are wonderful and kind and are patient. Anyway, so I will get started with the actual live stream shortly, but for now I'm just warming myself up into the whole live streaming situation. Oh god, there's a lot of... Wait, how many people are looking at me right now? How many? Get me a therapist. No, I'm good. I feel like I'm in the spotlight, you know? Soup. I'm wearing a big old baggy t-shirt and jeans. I'm wearing what I've drawn myself in the thumbnail, minus the earrings. Can't be bothered to put earrings in today. So I guess I can get rid of this layer. And I can pick my favorite color to sketch with, which is this. So, I think it's time to get started. So, I have a... Oh, you're getting a mullet on Friday? I have a mullet currently too. It's good fun. And no, I don't animate on Procreate so much anymore. These days I tend to animate in TV Paint on my desktop, but if it's short animations, then I do still do it on my iPad. I'm really bad at concentrating on drawing whilst I read chat. So what I think... Oh, thank you, YouTube, for the notification that I am live. Great. Hold on, I'm going to turn on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So I am probably not going to look at the screen, the chat very much. Oh my god, Janelle, hello. Janelle is a wonderful human being and collaborated with me on the warm welcome video, which if you guys haven't watched already, you please, my friends worked so hard on that. I only ended up posting it because I had the biggest following, so yeah, my team were awesome. So yeah, I'm not going to look at chat too much. Instead, I'm going to be drawing for a few minutes and then I'll come back and read some stuff. I hope that's okay with all of you. The chat is so laggy anyway that if I try to engage with you guys directly, then it doesn't really line up very well. So, I guess I'll be talking over my process, and today we're doing big old rugby players. And rugby players are strong, stocky types that, you know, are incredibly muscular, a little heavy set, and I think they're really fun shapes. The reason I'm doing them is, one, because I am going to try and put them in my portfolio, but also because I recorded a new video which I hope will be out this time next week. And I started talking about rugby player character design, and so I've accidentally shoehorned myself into needing to have example images. So I guess I am drawing, and I'll be discussing my process a little as we go along. There's going to be a pretty big delay because for some reason my iPad is not sending things over correctly. So what is happening is I have a QuickTime thing on my desktop, and as you can see here, I have Googled images of a rugby player, and I'll be using this as my starting point. This on my other monitor, along with you guys and, well, my OBS and everything. And I'll just be starting out with some really basic shapes. This is just like as a warm-up, and for me to start exploring what I think works and what I think doesn't. So we'll start, and I'm gonna stop talking for a little bit. If you want to have music playing in your own tab in the background, that's what I encourage, seeing as music is not helping right now for me for some reason. I like really little heads. And these sketches are just super duper rough. In fact, something I tend to do is not just do it in pencil, but I do silhouettes. And silhouettes are wonderful because then you can better see like the overall shape and if there's anything that feels off. I'll do an example. If I go and pick, let's see, we can go into inking and just make the brush size really large. That'll work. So sometimes I'll just go straight into silhouettes. Little tiny head, maybe some big sticky outy ears. Huge, actually no, it's not just sticky outy ears. We have a tiny head and huge shoulders. And we can have the arms really be ridiculous. And you know, nothing has to be balanced in terms of, like, the proportions are all over the place. But that's okay, because I'll fix that once we get into more clean stuff. This is a little ape-like, actually. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think the pose is fun. God, poses are not my strength. I end up always defaulting to the same thing over and over again. If anyone's curious, I am currently using Procreate, as I almost always do. I still do not know how to use Photoshop, which is a me problem, so I guess I have to deal with that. How about we try some slightly sloped shoulders, as if those, is it trapezoids? No, deltoids? Whatever these things are. As if these things are real strong. And we can give this guy some longer legs. For now I'm just looking at proportions, and I think I'll look at more poses a little later on as I build my confidence. I always have a habit of having incredibly long limbs, especially arms, you know, kind of ape-like. They almost drag along the ground, which is not not really the most ideal human form these days, but that's okay. You can give this guy a big old chin and an ear. Let's move these around. Let me just check the chat. Let's see that everything is going a-okay. Let's see. Yeah. Trying to balance the squares and triangles since they're stubborn, arrogant, and rude. Nice. We're in the middle of a class right now. Well, I'll keep this up for a while on my channel, so if you want to watch it later, that's completely fine. Yeah, this guy definitely has got Clint Eastwood vibes, and I am not complaining at all with that. Joseph Pilcher, that means a lot that I'm your inspiration. Thank you. What else are people saying? Lol, somehow big buff is supposed to be intimidating, but with tiny heads and such big builds, it makes them look cute. I completely agree. I think there's something endearing about just like little teeny faces and then just a huge body. Oh my, look at these proportions. This kind of this makes me think of what's his face from Spider-Verse, that massive dude. Okay, well, so the thing here is these are big lads, but I don't want them to be unfit. You know, they're very athletic. They have to run and move around a lot, which is, you know, what happens when you are a rugby player, a professional rugby player especially. So I need to keep that in mind, you know, like a sort of softer pear shape or something would not be as ideal. Oh god, this is quite some body right here. Anyway, let's undo that. That's not particularly useful. I might have a big chest and confident pose. That's the other thing I want with these guys. I want them to be confident because, well, they're stars. They are admired by people everywhere. I mean, I don't watch rugby. I have no interest in rugby. It was very popular at my school, my high school, and definitely not at Cal Arts. So I'm just basing it off of the types of personalities that I would have encountered that did play rugby. How to pose the arms. They're not bodybuilders either. They're not like, they're not this kind of character. So I'll get back to those arms. Not too important right now. Maybe we can have a big squishy head. Really wide. Have a really solid, square, kind of awkward shape. I love really big upper bodies and then teeny tiny feet. I think that's so funny. I have no in between. It's either barely there torso and all leg, or no leg and all body. Like no in between. I don't know. I just think it's so fun to have really extreme proportions. When I say really extreme, though, I don't go near as extreme as some of my friends, and their stuff always looks incredible. I honestly envy how bold they can go. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Where is the hole? There we go. See, the issue here is there's very little personality in the silhouette because it's facing straight on and it's symmetrical. It's not particularly interesting. So gonna try something else. I'm gonna move these dudes over. One thing I do is I tend to start with one round and then I redraw the sketches that I like, but I push things a little bit more, and it always helps. Actually, let's give this guy a new layer. I end up having like 7 or 8 layers of sketches, and then I kind of condense them down. Yeah, these guys are really skipping leg day. I'll get some big old legged people in there soon, so we can try something else, maybe with some line of action in there. Maybe we can have these really big arms extending out. Be like, why are you doing this to me? It's a little bit too, I don't know. A little bit too soft shape-wise right now. How do I return that blockiness? Let's make some more right angles. Looks like SpongeBob when he gets buff. That was a good thing to spot. Okay, gosh, I really want to read all of your comments, but it's going by a lot faster than I can both keep up with and keep drawing at a consistent rate. My sister has messaged me. She is reviewing my laptop is so loud. Dasha, I don't know what to do. It's so loud. Like, my poor thing is really having a bad time. Well, I guess I got to get a gaming PC now just to do a live stream. Yikes. So this feels a little bit too unbalanced, I would say. So then I'm gonna go in and adjust it slightly, like that. And then I can, I'll add the other arm in here too. Who doesn't need this wispy thing anymore? So already it's looking a lot stronger than this design. Oop. That being said, these legs are too thick. I think they looked better when they were really thin, like that. I might, I don't know if I need slow-mo, because you guys can have a conversation amongst yourselves. So this is like a reasonable pace for you. It's just that I'm not going to be able to read everything. I hope you don't mind. Just join the stream for a sec. I thought that one dude was from Regular Show who always says your mom. Oh, Muscle Man. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Okay. So we got a square shape in there. We can maybe now try something more triangular. Like, keep the legs together. That feels a little bit too awkward. I'm gonna go over to my Rugby player Google search, see what kind of shapes and things that I spot that I like. Oh, it's all incredibly thick necks. That's really funny. Like this, like the face is up here, and then this is the neck. Maybe position laptop so it's not directly on the table, needs airflow underneath. Ooh, okay. Dasha, would you like to be my servant and come find something for for me to balance my laptop on? I love how I'm communicating with my sister via live stream, even though she's just somewhere else in the house. Maybe we could have, it'd be like, oh, we could have this size, this type of triangle. As in, the point is up at the top rather than an upside down triangle. Yeah, this can work. I will move that over and put it by this guy for now. Oops, that was the wrong thing. What else? Actually, I'll have these faded so that people who join can see what I've been up to. What else am I seeing? Let's do something more side profile again. We have... That's a big old pregnant belly, not a beer belly. Maybe we can get those really thick muscles in on the legs. Yeah, my sister's texting saying she wanted to nap. I'm sorry, Dasha. My sister's very cool. She's very good. Nah, these proportions are feeling a little too fat as opposed to strong. I was considering getting some sketches ready before I started the stream, but then I figured that it's more authentic to have my process from the very beginning be visible. So that is what we have here. What about really heavy up top, and then it comes in, and then big old, that looks really, oh god, that's, what? I put on do not disturb. I hate this. Whatever. Maybe we can have a really long body. Also, I'm not trying to have extremely dynamic poses because I want this to be a lineup, and lineups don't tend to have excessively dynamic stuff. just so that everything can sort of fit in one space together. Why are legs always just the hardest thing to draw? I don't understand. Once I have some bodies figured out, I might get onto heads. Oh, okay, my only concern right now is that all of my poses are kind of like this. But if I have something else, say, where the legs go in, then it just feels like he needs to pee. Or that or that he's really shy, and that doesn't quite fit in with the feeling I'm going for. Scrolling through some more pictures of rugby players. God, they have such beefy top legs, but I don't know how to... I'm really bad with muscle. Like, it's really not my strength. Oh, this is something, but the body's completely broken. Okay, let's try that again, but with this idea in mind. Oh god, that's my incredibly squeaky chair. Just have like redonkulous legs. He's going to need to go back a bit. And with legs that strong, you're going to need a good butt as well, because they work together. Get a good old clone high version of JFK's butt in there. You could have some big hair. Is big hair really a rugby player thing? I mean, who's to say? Anyone can be a rugby player. Well, kind of. Okay. We'll have that for now. So this feels a little more grounded than this, which is just all over the place. Ooh. Let's check on chat. Let's see what's up. Kronk. You guys are thinking of Kronk. Yeah, those mighty thighs. That is definitely sort of a rugby player type of build right there. Maybe the weight in the design is all on the shoulder, arms, and pecs. Oh, hello, sister. Okay, we're going to try and get some airflow into my computer so it can stop freaking out as much. That is good. I very much appreciate this. Thank you, Dasha. Ooh. Sorry, you can probably hear lots of fiddling. Ooh, my computer's really high up now. I think it's perfectly balanced with just the one dash. Oh, there. Okay, alright. Okay. This is it's not the end of the world. I'll move it. Improvise, adapt, overcome, and rely on little siblings to help you. But the audio is being picked up from the laptop. Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. Bye. Okay. Wait, did you just take my phone? Why did you have my phone? What did you just do? I'm so sorry, chat. This is the chaos of me and my family not knowing what is going on. My sincerest apologies. Bye. Will we still be cooking dinner at normal time? Okay, that means that I have just over an hour left of stream. Yeah, that's not very long. The big pompadour hair. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright. I'm just trying to look at chat, see if anything interesting is happening. You guys are just liking the juicy booty. Yes. Someone's asking if I'll have a video from the stream. Not really. I will keep a VOD of this. But the reason I'm drawing these is for just a mini piece of a video. that video will be out next week, and the title for that one is Design versus Style. So I'm very keen to know what you guys think about design and style, and why we need to know the difference between the two and how that can be useful. That's essentially what the video is going to be, and it's come from people loving to tell me that I'm critiquing someone's style when I'm not. I am not. Style and design are different things. Okay, actually I really like this. I love this dude. Even though he doesn't even have a face, it's just 2 dots. Hey, do a smile. Oh, okay. Those are different layers. What next? Gosh, what A levels do you think would be best suited to animation? I assume it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I didn't take any art subjects. I did German, English literature, and drama. And I highly suggest English literature, because you get a sort of analyzer thingy in your brain. You just start to break down information in a slightly different way than if you hadn't studied English literature. Okay, maybe I should stop doing these insane shoulders and have like, ooh, let's have long neck, like faces up here and this big neck. Oh yes. That might be a bit too extreme. Oh, okay. That's a little bit too curvy to be a stocky. Maybe we can have it bulk out like this, but then also have strong, those just little boobs. I just need pecs, like strong. You're not gonna get a 6-pack coming through that belly. Maybe you can have short arms. That feels a bit T-Rexy. This, why does this look like a Teletubby? But really long neck. Oh gosh. Oh, it's Patrick, that's what it is. Oh my god, Patrick with the stripper boots? Yes. Yes. Oh yes. I mean, these are fishnets, but you know what, that's fine. And apparently he's ready to fight. I'm surprised the stream is functioning mildly. Like, this is unexpected. Oh no, I'm keeping this long neck, but I don't know how to go from it. This is really distracting. The face wouldn't actually be like that. In fact, the head might be here, and this could all be hair. I'll figure that out at a different stage. Okay, we can have a really thin torso. We'll do that. But I want a nice line of action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to curve all of this over. And I'm going to draw over this again. Something like this. Does that even remotely work? Yeah, that works. Not sure how to place this guy though, this arm. What does this arm do? Trying to figure out what the actual like angles of the body are right now. I need to do some more hip rotation. Oh, I'm going to start again on this one. I don't usually spend this long on sketches, but I really want to make this one work. So if the shoulders go that way for that, then the shoulders go this way. Aha, that's the issue. It has been detected that the stuff is all doing the wrong thing on the bottom half. Okay, well not wrong, but like also not right. Not right enough to look natural and comfortable. Something. I like how everyone's like, himbo. God, this guy has the world's shortest arms. It's... now they're long. Yeah, what is happening? Okay. This will be alright for now. You guys are seeing the real Anya right here, the real Mepti. I hope you enjoy it. Because I don't. No, I think it's fun. I think sketching is fun. It's where most of my comfort is. Okay, so we have a starting point now. I am going to move things over so that we can have everything on the page at once. Let's move you down too. And you can also see that we've gotten a variety of approaches to sketching. We have just some complete silhouettes. We have some very like rough lines, and then we have some even rougher pencil lines that I did at the start. Honestly, these aren't great though, they're very boring. Yeah, I can work on them though. Now I can go and let's make everything maximum visibility. What's left? There it is. Flatten it out. Ow. Turn it down, and then now we can kind of start over again with a pencil tool. And I might go in with a slightly different orangey red, just to help differentiate it for myself. Still not focusing on like details of the body, like clothes and things, partly because I haven't even looked at it yet, but I just want to explore the nose and stuff and the face for now, just because I've only got a little under an hour left with you guys. I started this late. I was meant to start at 2 p.m, but oh my gosh, my computer, I tried to upgrade it to Big Sur, and there's apparently this glitch, which this bug which I happened to encounter, where your password just doesn't work even though it's correct. So I couldn't get back onto my computer. Like, gee, thanks. Ooh, what was that? I got a noise. Oh my god. Hey, Costa. Whoa, you are my first ever super chat. That's so cute. Thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Also, people are asking if I'm British. Yes, I am British. I am from the UK. Someone said, have you considered redesigning the Hell of a Boss cast? I'm trying to distance myself a little bit from Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, Vibsy Pop, because people think that if I mention them that I'm trying to do it for clout, which is really irritating because that was never the case. I just found it as a really good example to discuss elements of character design. But people are like, nope, you're doing it for clout. And you know what, I can't ignore the haters, as you would call it, but I wouldn't even call all of those people haters. So I'm also just trying to do more content that I find interesting. Some of that is more educational, like more clearly educational. So I don't know. Let's see, which one can we do next? We can do this guy. I also love really sticky outy ears, as you can probably tell. And rugby players are known for cauliflower ears. I think that's what it's called, where they've been banged up so much. They have had a lot of head trauma, and so their ears end up going like inside out. It's kind of funky looking. I've seen that. What is the background song you always put in your videos? I can't find it on SoundCloud. Huh. I think all my music's on SoundCloud, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, all the stuff I put is up on there, so I don't know what it could be. I'm also not sure right now if I should draw in my typical beady eyes, or if I should actually try and be like a little more expressive, you know, have some other faces in here. I like this. Oh yeah, that's nice. Can have the gum shield in. Oh no, I guess that's just some big buck teeth. Those ears do not suit this face. This face is too cool and serious. Someone's asking me if we can collab. Nah, I'm trying to focus on personal projects at this point. I still have a few commissions that I need to get out of the way. But once those are done, I have some really big plans in mind that involve my OCs and TikTok. And I've still not used TikTok, but I think it's a good place for me to explore this idea that I have. This looks a bit like a ball sack. Kind of like it. This face does not suit this body though, so I'm going to start again. Actually, I think that the face should be more tilted up. This looks better. Don't think I need those lines. Should you donate £500? Do it. No, please, no one feel obliged to donate. Oh my god, hi Marie. I don't think that is necessary at all. I'm just here to hang out with you and to show a little bit of my process live, which is scary. And it's taking longer than normal because I'm distracted and talking. Normally I'd be like probably at least finished with a design. You know, I'm gonna do the whole of this one just because. What year of Cal Arts are you in? I finished my first year, but I decided to take a year off because I'm not paying full price education for Zoom University, and I wanted to take a gap year anyway at some point in my education. A little earlier than planned, but you know, I'll take the opportunity when I can. Okay, let's look at some rugby player uniforms. I'm just gonna click on to Google Images. Oh, they have their weird like skins underneath, that's right. So we're gonna get some skins in first. Actually, hang on, I'm gonna flip my canvas before I get into the body. And immediately, something that stands out to me is the legs feel way too long. They don't feel proportional to the character. Not in my opinion anyway. So I'm just gonna sketch in something new. When I say proportional, I mean these are even more drastically different, but I think it kind of looks good. Something like that. Perhaps I think his eyebrows need to be meaner. And perhaps he can be angled a little differently. And get some Wreck-It Ralph hands in there. So that and that. Sorry if I get quiet suddenly. I'm concentrating. This is another reason why I don't really live stream often, is I don't think it helps me with my productivity, if I'm honest. Okay, let's try that. Let's flip it back. Let's see how that looks. Getting better. Maybe those arms are too big still. Let's have the knee really low down. Tiny feetsies. Tiny little feetsies that he definitely wouldn't be able to stay upright on. But character design, we can do what we want and pretend it's all fine. Now, you need to still have a sense of balance with these things, but often that comes through in the posing when you have really extreme shapes, as opposed to actual proportions. I mean, look at Barbie. Her proportions are absolutely horrendous in comparison to real life humans, but she still looks appealing. I mean, that's why they designed her the way that she's designed. Okay, a lot of local places seem to have V-neck shaped shirts. Weird. I actually feel like his head needs to go further down. Really lean into this kind of... He looks almost villainous to me. But with a very friendly face. I'm going to change that. Yeah, we're going to get the meanie mouth in there. Maybe you could even have a scrum cap. The scrum cap looks awful. I kind of want to keep it. Let's get into these arms real quick. The only thing that I'm not really interested in is that everything seems to be very skin tight on these guys. So I'm trying to add a little bit more fabric interest where I can without it feeling completely unreasonable. You know what, I should just keep these arms ridiculously thick. I'll go with that. I don't know what's happening. Okay, that's good enough for now. So I go through many layers of sketches if I'm trying to get good design. If I am just drawing for the hell of it, I often end up doing just a straight up line art, honestly. So this is not a particularly common occurrence for me. What can look really mean hand-wise? I think maybe something along those lines. Okay, how is that looking? I forgot about this face. Oops. Okay, this is looking good, actually. I'm kind of happy with how it's starting to go. I need to still tweak proportions and details and things will come last, because those are the things that don't tend to get focused on so much. When you are looking at an overall design, you want to know what the emotions are that you feel, the kind of personality that comes through. Something feels off. So I'm going to examine by flipping horizontally, and immediately I can see that this arm is too long. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm starting to feel a little more confident now that I'm actually drawing. So there's that. That's always nice. And then the other thing that's off is his head is in the wrong place. It is slightly over here that it needs to be. Now, when I go back, it should feel more balanced. How's that look? Yeah, that's a little better. God, I do like that nose. I'm gonna, now that I've finished the sketch, I'm gonna check out the chat a little. Let's scroll up a bit. I see terrific animations. Hello. You are awesome. Oh, sorry, Mui, I just realised that you've sent some messages and that you're off now. Well, love you. Got any tips for a 13-year-old wanting to attend Cal Arts when they are older? I guess my portfolio and sketchbook videos are the best source of information that I currently have. My go-to is always to do more life drawing and do more studies, try and get a vague understanding of anatomy, because once you kind of know how the body works, then it becomes easier to break the rules and have fun. Is it hard to get into Cal Arts if you're from another country? I'm from Brazil, so my options are pretty limited. The actual acceptance ability is pretty much the same. I don't think there's any difference. The only issue, well, there's two issues I would say if you're an international student, and that is visas and tuition. It's more expensive generally to be an international student because you have less financial aid, which kind of sucks. It's unfortunate. The cost of tuition is ridiculous wherever we are, but Cal Arts is among the worst of the tuition prices in the world. Love your work. Did you get a scholarship when getting into Cal Arts, and do you feel the tuition is justified for the classes? I don't think the tuition is justified for education, but if we had to sort of make it an even playing field compared to other schools out there, then I would say it's worth it. And I would not change anything in the world. I would, I still want to be at Cal Arts. As for scholarships, yes, about half of my tuition is paid for through various scholarships. Art supplies don't make the artist. That is so correct, Forrest. You can draw with anything and still be an incredible artist, because it's about what you draw and how you approach it that matters. In fact, I draw with Crayola an awful lot, and Crayola is not exactly a professional artist's brand, but I love it with all my heart. Okay, Cracky Comics. Hey, another Discord friend. How do you figure out the anatomy of characters with very exaggerated proportions? I have a lot of trouble posing some of my more cartoony characters sometimes. You know what? Whilst we're here, I might as well discuss that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn down the opacity of this guy, but we can break down the forms a little more and kind of draw a fake skeleton underneath. So here we have his skull, and then there's like his nose, and that is going to be sitting on his neck, which is sort of in here, and his shoulders are somewhere in around here. And I tend to do the whole ball shape thing when I'm just trying to figure out the basic proportions. It's kind of like the world's most simple skeleton. And then I imagine the rib cage to be here. I see people saying, congratulations, Caitlin. Congratulations, Caitlin, but I'm not sure what I'm congratulating you for. Oh, you're getting a diploma in animation this year. You're Irish and your course is actually certified by Don Bluth. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, well, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck when you enter the animation industry fully. Maybe we'll meet. Okay, so anyway, there's the rib cage, and then his spine is a little curved as he's leaning forward slightly. This is not accurate, just saying. And then his hips. Oh, this has made me realize that actually this leg is kind of in the wrong place. See, this is helpful. I'm going to move his leg in a little. Actually, I'm going to move in a little less. And then I'm going to take the other leg. Oh, there's my belly. You can probably hear it. And sort of angle things a little more like that. That should now feel slightly more natural. Well, as natural as you can with these proportions. Then we have the knees there, and the feet little triangles. Then we have the shoulders and elbows. This one's long. What's happening? And then you have the fingers and stuff. So yeah, anyway, Cracky, I hope I'm pronouncing your username correctly. The essence is to draw shapes and kind of skeletonify them. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it really helps me. And so sometimes don't worry too much about the proportions until you have a vague sketch, and then go in and make this breakdown. That could help. So now that I'm looking, I wonder if it's the angle, because he's kind of like this, you know, he's not completely flat on, but this feels longer than this here. Let's do some experimentation. I don't know why I did that. That was embarrassing. Let's tuck it in a teeny bit. Maybe that's going to make it feel better there. And the other thing we can do is kind of angle this slightly differently so the elbow is placed inwards a little more. I think that works. Yeah, well, that'll be okay. So there we go. We have one complete rough sketch. Or semi-rough sketch. I can get rid of this skeleton dude. I'm not really feeling this one right now. I don't know. Who am I going to move on to next? We can move on to this. We can do this cocky dude. Conky. First, let me look at some more questions. When you were in non-art school, how did you balance art and school? I'll be completely honest, I didn't. I really flunked my academics. Well, I say that, I did well in my actual final exams, but homework, I did probably about half the homework I was assigned. And I do not encourage this to anyone. You can find a suitable balance, but I had not found that balance at that time. So, yeah. That's the truth. Can you say hi, Ryland? Hi, Ryland! Hope you're doing well. What is your advice for less stiff sketches? Less stiff sketches. I can do another breakdown. We can work with this ape-looking dude here. Ooh, that was a weird noise. I use line of action. This is a line of action. And essentially what it is it's like the flow of energy, or like the direction your eyes look, or the direction the character is posed, or where they're leaning. And usually lines of actions are C shapes or curves. If they're more energetic, then they may be a little flatter. But if they're a little softer, if the character is more relaxed, then they tend to be a little more squished down, like an S shape. This guy is, I mean, his shape is like that, but his line of action is a little more C-shaped. Actually, no, it's this way. Well, I don't know what this line of action is. That needs to be examined. So a line of action is kind of the very first thing you do when you're considering a pose. And then everything is based off of that. So, like, everything kind of has to line up with the flow of your line of action. When you don't have a line of action, and if you consider each limb to do something different, then that's when things can get kind of stiff, because everything is going in different directions, and it's not feeling like one cohesive pose. I hope that makes sense. So if you guys want me to elaborate, I can try, although I'm not really sure how. Unfortunately, I'm not the best at explaining things. I'm not sure why I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, I know I have a ton of noise. That is my computer being very sad and crying. I have placed it up to try and give it more airflow, but she's working hard to try and stream. I need to find a better solution, but I'm really not sure what to do at this stage. Are you planning on working for Disney, Nickelodeon, etc., or are you going to work for a small team or freelance? My apologies if this has already been asked. No, it has not. So my current goals are Netflix, or Cartoon Network. But I say goals. I am still technically not even a second year student, so I have a while to go before they'd really be interested in hiring me. So I will take any job I can get, pretty much. I have like a standard where I want to see that the studio produces good work. If I think they produce good work, then like, yeah, sure. But if I'm completely honest, I've been really enjoying working I've been working freelance. I did the collaboration with Lego back in July, which was incredible. I can't believe Lego approached me, which if you guys haven't seen that animation, please do. I spent almost 2 months on it. So yeah, that is kind of a goal. I mean, whatever will give me like a path to a TV show, I suppose. Joanna asked, does the line of action have to follow the spine? Not necessarily. So like here it does kind of follow the spine, here it does follow the spine, but then if we look at this, follow the spine a little, but it actually curves more than the actual spine would. This is different, it doesn't quite follow the spine is a little straighter, but the energy is going that way because of the arms, so it can be slightly impacted, but it definitely helps to consider the spine. Buy a condenser mic so it mostly catches your voice. Yeah, I'm going to invest in a mic and a ring light. Those are my next purchases. The reason I've been hesitant is because I've been hopping from country to, I've been in the UK and the US, and kind of, I don't want to keep lugging stuff around, and I don't want to have to buy 2 of everything either. So I've been hesitant, but it looks like I'm going to be here for a while. I tried the headphones, but they were super muffled. Okay, let me get back to drawing. Can you give the link for the animation for Lego? If anyone would like to link Ivankov the Lego video, I would be very appreciative. It's the first video, like the sample video on my YouTube channel. It's called Soup. Okay, let's try this guy out. I'm not sure what I was going for when I sketched this. Don't think I was going for anything, if I'm completely honest. Maybe we can get some real big old chin in here. Yeah, because this guy had no chin, so this guy can have big chin. Because we are experimenting with silly proportions today. Oh, the big noses, they're so fun. They're not how I typically draw noses, but they are just awesome. Oh, this is looking a little Gorillaz-y with this mouth. Well, you know what, it works, so... Maybe the mouth is a little too large for what I'm going for. This guy feels like he has a bald head, just like this one. So I guess it's going to be bald as well. Maybe we can have kind of top that's too small for him. I think that would be funny. Everything is pulling at the seams a little. That's some personality in there. That's another thing that I learnt fairly recently regarding character design that I'd like to share with you, is clothing is so important to a character, because not just like how it looks as like the outfit itself, but what it says about the character. So if you have like, a kid with really oversized clothes, it's super baggy, then that says something about them. If you have someone who dresses way more smart and like fancy than appropriate for the situation, then that says something about their character. Things like that are really important to consider, because a lot of the time people dress the way they want to be, or it reflects their current situation. So I just saw something about Daft Pina. Did you work on the animation with Daft Pina? Also, do you get homesick from being far from home? Is it hard to do that at a young age? Currently I'm actually at home, which is really nice, although I was away for almost 8 months. But no, I wasn't really homesick, if I'll be honest. I've been, since I was little, I've been travelling a lot and have been away from family. I went to a boarding school, so no worries for me. And I was with family for a little while when I was in America. I was with my brother. What was the other question? Oh, Daft Peanut. So I advised him on some character, like proportions and some sketches and colour schemes. So that was my contribution. That was cool. It meant a lot that he came and approached me. Didn't even know he knew my channel at the time. What about... Oh, wait. Oh, I'm giving this guy, like, jeans. That's not what I wanted to do. They wear shorts. Hey, Neptune Mod from Disrupt here. Just want to say thanks for stopping by our weekly clock. Oh, yeah, I stopped by. That was a really cool stream. That was really awesome. So I watched a video from Disrupt where the guy... What was he doing? He lived in a room without any windows, without any sense of time for a week. That was insane. I don't know if I'd have been able to do that. Let's see. I'm just looking at some more questions. How do you go about finding the main shapes of a character when creating it? I've been struggling a lot with that. I don't know. I don't really do many triangle, circle, square things. Those kind of come naturally. I end up having slightly more formless blobs at the start, and then the shapes come out afterwards. Like, okay, there's a triangle here, and there's a triangle here, but I wasn't trying to make a triangle there. I was trying to make a triangle here. So, you have to consider the character you're drawing. You always have to think about that first, because then that instinctively injects personality into what you're drawing. If you just kind of aimlessly draw, then you're going to have an aimless design. Research is very helpful. Base things off real life. Have proportions and exaggerate them. Oh god, my dad is calling me. Not sure why he's calling me, but never mind. What else is happening? Let's see. Trying to understand the simple shape thing, but each time you try it's a mess. Yeah, it's basing things off real life and then exaggerating real life a little more. That's the main thing I would say. Oh god, my dad is non-stop calling me. I'm guessing that I talk it. Hello, Papa? The peacocks are... Papa, I'm live streaming to like 200 people right now. I don't know. Mama must have put them in there. I guess Yes, I fed them. Yes, today. Yes, I'm sure. I did right before I started this live stream. Don't worry, Papa, they're safe and sound. Okay, bye. My father just called. We have peacocks, if you don't know, and they live in like an enclosure thing sometimes, so that they don't eat all the flowers and vegetables and whatever. And I guess we didn't let them out tonight. Normally we let them out and let them sleep in the trees, but occasionally recently, because there's been a bird flu going around the country, we've been keeping them in for their own safety and to protect other birds, other avian life. God, I'm gonna just come back to these feet later. I don't know, for some reason they're looking too cowboyish or too like he's wearing high heels. And I will focus on the arm for now. Wow, this stream really is a mess. I'm afraid I won't be able to keep my drawing style if I go into the industry. Not a fan of the current TV show stars. Do I have to just let go of my drawing style? Oh my, that is... I would say that's quite a misinformed worry. you can definitely keep your style. You'll discover once you're in the industry, I mean, I say that I'm not in the industry either, but that having a day job is just that, it's a day job. And then when you go home, you might be tired, but you still have the ability to draw how you want. And the other thing is, when you draw and create a portfolio, if you do it in a style that you enjoy, then productions that have a similar style or like your work enough will come and find you. And so that way you won't have to stray too far from the style that you enjoy. Okay, there's an issue here where the top half feels like he should be standing like this, but then he's leaning. His head feels too horizontal. I'm gonna do a different head for a second, see if I can make something more personable. Oh, I don't want his nose to cover up. Oh, that looks a little funky. That's not quite what I was going for. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Peacocks have the strangest screaming voice. My neighbour used to have 2 peacocks and guess always got scared of the noises. Yeah, they really, really sound odd. I love them though, I really do. How is the learning curve for digital art? I find it overwhelming, the amount of tinkering you have to master to use digital art to its full capacity. Do you have any advice? God, I don't, it's escaping my brain a little, but words are failing me. Let me think. Digital art. Layers and blending modes and stuff, stuff that you don't have in the traditional art world can be confusing, but it's why I suggest you dedicate like a full canvas and a full day at least to just playing with blending modes, playing with how you use layers, and you will kind of build an understanding of what those layers do, and so you kind of know how to use them a little better. In regards to like all the different things, like I'm assuming you're talking about stuff like the undo button or whatever. I guess one thing we could have is to try and avoid using the undo button. Like you can still use digital art as a tool in a similar way to traditional art. No one's stopping you, this is feeling a little better. It's a different character, but I guess I haven't settled for anything yet. Yeah. That's not fun. Maybe you can have some hair. Nah, this is not a hairy head. Like, I can't imagine this dude with hair. I always draw bald dudes. Why? Oh gosh. That feels like, what was that Steven Universe fusion with Steven? That's how that hair feels. Good old pompadour. That's some true himbo stuff right there. Yeah, I'll deal with this later. Let's see, what can we move on to next? Actually, wait, let's just compare the faces. Yeah, I think that this face is more expressive than this face. Although I don't hate this face. Goodbye. It's gone now. Oh, hey, Lemon Collie. I didn't know what to call you just then. Hey, thank you for the thumbnail. Yeah, I drew that in 20 minutes or something. I don't know. I was like, wait, I need a thumbnail? I didn't realize. What kind of tablet do you have? You have an iPad Pro. It's the 2019 iPad Pro, I think. I have no idea what the specs are, though. Although I do suggest if you are going to get something, get the best that you can afford, because you will use, I mean, if you are like me, you'll end up using your iPad all the time, or your tablet, whichever software you choose as well. So it's worth getting good specs, and then it'll last you longer than if you were to kind of just get the cheapest option. Oh god, what is these are some really funky proportions happening here. I need to stop looking at the screen so much, at the stream screen. Kind of like this being a horizontal line here. It's funny that it's tight and then kind of this here, and then like muscles work something like that, don't they? Oh, it might be the peacocks crying they're taking here. They probably want to be let out. It's night time now, and they get scared when they're on the ground. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to let them out. They'll be fine. They're safe. They just don't like it. Oh wait, Janelle, you're also still here? No, this is really embarrassing. You guys are listening to me pretending to know what I'm talking about. Okay, this guy can have a more defined chin, because everyone else so far has been kind of blobby. Oh, why did I turn this off? Okay. You're gonna have a soft guy here. Wait, has everyone got close together eyes? Yeah. What about wide eye? Ooh. That's not what I wanted. Oh god. No, this guy just looks good with close together eyes. For my classmates, that are in the know, I've been ruined by Jesse, our character design teacher we had. He like has very similar ways of drawing eyes, like really small and beady and close together, and I've adapted to that. He didn't tell us to copy him, not at all. That's not the point of character design. But I'm just so drawn to it. Oh god. What are these proportions? You know what? I actually kind of like what's it? Kind of like the big hair that's happening here. Kind of like up, and then hey, it's mullet season, so I'm gonna give this guy a mullet. Why not? What else? Okay, we can give this guy a tighter neckline. And he's got a really soft look to him. So I feel like the arms now no longer fit pose-wise. But I also don't want to cover up... you know what, this works. I don't want to cover up his body too much, but this allows me to still have this nice shape in here. God, these proportions are so redonkulous. I don't want any tangents, so I guess I'll just cover up that line completely. This is a personality that you wouldn't typically see on a rugby pitch, but it's a personality that exists and is valid to be on a rugby pitch, so there we go. It's all skin tight again. We can give some hairy arms. Okay, let's take a look at how that's looking. Those legs are maybe too like similar to each other. It's like it's not very dynamic. Maybe I can Let's duplicate and try some experimentation. Let's get that booty poppin'. God, why did I say that? Did someone say Tiger King? How about rotating this out slightly? Nah. The only issue that I've created now is that the top half and bottom half feel so vastly different that it looks like, oh wait, you guys can't see me covering with my hand. Well, let me just do this. So the bottom half looks completely different to the top half, and they don't really fit together in this particular pose at the very least. Nah, I'll figure that out later. But now let's move on to another silhouette. Also, my sister messaged saying that we're going to make dinner later, so that is okay. We can stay on the stream for a little longer. Now I need to figure out where this face is. Ooh, I heard a noise. What was that noise? Oh my god, okay, let me figure out what StreamYard is doing. Did someone publicly subscribe? I have no idea why I got a little notification. Huh. Maybe it'll appear in chat later, who knows. Which pose makes him look too heavy, Jaren Hart? Oh, this? Yeah, like it sort of feels a little unbalanced, and I gave him such teensy feet that it looks like he's on his tippy toes. I will adjust once I get to a kind of a clean-up stage for these guys. Let's see, what can we do with this pose? I think this guy needs to look like the strong, silent type. Ooh, here we go. I think we're getting somewhere better than last time. Yeah. And we can have some really square, funky ears. The only issue with having someone face straight on and having wonky ears is that it just looks like I'm not good at being balanced. So I might just have to leave that. I'm gonna not give this guy a jaw, but I'm going to give sort of a jawline with stubble, and that way we can focus on this hefty neck without worrying so much about kind of it looking awkward here. I think that some sort of straight up hair would look good. Also, this is kind of off in the sense that usually when you draw a head, a more accurate to life head, the eye is about halfway down the head. And people always put it too high up, and so it ends up looking like you're missing a piece of scalp. And I was guilty of this for a very long time. So just something to keep in mind for you guys as a quick old tip is eyes are generally halfway down the face. And the only time when it really looks okay when you go super extreme is when the rest of the pose looks super extreme. Hence why my eyes are most definitely not halfway down their head in these designs. Am I streaming on Twitch? No, I don't think I've ever even typed the word Twitch before. Or maybe I have, I don't know. But I'd like to at some point, but for now this is just a test run of me doing any kind of streaming. Oh, which, you know what, I might as well let you guys know what's up. So I'm hoping to start being more consistent with my uploads, and I'd like to upload every 2 weeks on a Thursday. And then on those alternate Thursdays, I live stream. And as I live stream, I am creating the assets that will be appearing in the following week's video. So for example, you will see the finished rugby players lined up in my upcoming video. I think that is going to be good for me to be more productive, and it's like a routine that I think is reasonably followable for me. I just want to build some consistency for myself, you know? Oh wait, the way that I've drawn these fold marks looks like he's got his hands like in pockets, maybe like this. Oh, that works, yeah. And this I think is acceptable to be a really straight on pose. I might need to make everything a bit more angular for this guy. Because this slope that currently happens does not fit the angularness of his face. This is my second ever YouTube stream technically, but my first stream I did right as lockdown started, and it was, I like pointed my phone towards my iPad. It was very messy, but you know what, it got the job done. But I want to be a little more proper this time. I will be figuring things out. I'm going to get a microphone soon-ish, so that you won't hear all this background noise. And I'm also going to get a ring light for YouTube videos so that I have slightly more consistent lighting. I say consistent lighting, I'd like to have a consistent location first, because I've been moving around a bunch this year, so the background's always changing. I just want my dorm room back, but I'm not even going back to the dorms when I return to CalArts. RIP. Okay, maybe this neck is a little too long now, so if I put him down like this, maybe like this. Go have fun training for your maths test. Is the next year my last at CalArts? No, it'll be my second year, so I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm still a baby, little baby at CalArts. You know what, I can kind of maybe extend the breadth, the broadness, the width of the shoulders with some excessive sticky outy sleeves. That looks a bit like armor. Oh well. No, if I give this guy big feet, it's gonna look awkward. So I'm gonna make it less small. How do you keep center mass? If we're not going to talk about this guy, because this guy's centered, it's quite easy to do that. It's a good question, and that's something I kind of struggle with. I end up having things lean too much, and then I use the warp tool to move it back. But I don't know. I guess you have to think about where the biggest mass is, and you have to balance it out, where sometimes someone's very bottom heavy, meaning that they can lean much more at the top. But if someone's very top heavy, then they have to have a more balanced stance, because there's more weighing down on the points of balance. So thinking of someone's general center of mass helps to figure out how they should be posed. Okay. I kind of like the placement of the leg here, but it doesn't work so well with how I've got the hands, because now it looks like he's grabbing his butt cheeks, spreading them apart, which I don't want that. Not for this guy. That's for different characters. Okay, making... That sounded way more dodgy than it was supposed to, lol. I guess all of these guys have quite small gaps in their legs, so this guy can have a broader gap like I initially drew. Erase, erase, erase. That's a power stance if I've ever seen one. Why is everyone saying, or why is David specifically saying meringue vaginal? That's... David, what are you asking? I'm very confused. Are you spamming the chat? Because if you're spamming the chat, I can silence you. He looks like he's about to do the split. No, that's not what I want. Well, okay, I don't know about you guys. Please let me know in this chat if you also struggle mostly with legs as opposed to any other part of the body. Like, why? I guess they're the part that people are least interested in. Like, you know, the most character comes from the head and the sort of the posing of the shoulders of stuff. Maybe that's why. Like that. Okay. I have never seen a guy of this build have high-waisted stuff. I wear high-waisted stuff, but these guys, not so much. So I'm going to lower that waistline. I'm going to have some baggier stuff. Maybe that would work. Let's take a peek without the underworkings. Oh god, those shoulders, I forgot I drew them. Those are a little bit intense for my liking. But somewhere along those lines is good. Okay. I can deal with that. So, as you can see, we're getting some variety in here. Even though everyone has broad shoulders, their head shapes are different, their personalities are different, the poses are varied. So, this is what experimentation in character design should be. And I'm taking longer with sketches than you typically should, because the more iterations of something you can do, the more good things you find. The more like sketches that you enjoy, you know. I do need to get some big legs, so I might try a new silhouette. Also, you guys are now talking about feet and legs. I guess the chat has caught up. God, this is some real delay. But I love drawing feet, which is funny because I once drew a 2D. Oh wait, there's these guys over here. Forgot about them. 2D from Gorillaz. And I drew his feet super up close to the camera because I wanted to, you know, try and get some anatomy study in there. And everyone was like, oh my god, you have a foot fetish. In the comments on my Instagram post. And I was like, no! In fact, it's the opposite. In real life, I absolutely despise feet. Like, I don't want to look at my own, don't want to look at anyone else's. Gosh, like, no thanks. But drawing them, because they're quite anatomically complex, when you do it right, it feels good, you know? Okay, let's see, what's happening here? We're getting some big feet. Actually, you know what? That could work. Wait, yeah, this could work. It's before my brain forgets, I'm gonna sketch in, like, and then this leg goes back, and then this leg goes forward. This looks a little bit more like an 80s... Wait, yeah, this looks like some 80s leotard yoga rock star combo here. Just need some big hair. I'm gonna keep this. Just not a rugby player, but for a future sketch. Hey, look, see, this is how character designs come about. They often are accidental. Okay. let's see. I don't know if this is going to work as a... Wait, what did I draw here? Nothing apparently. This is on too low. They look like little aliens. Oh, yeah, people's feet. I thought you were talking about my drawings. It's like, I think they look silly, but they look like humans. But yes, I agree. Feet look bizarre. Okay. Let's try this again. We can have the shoulders really high up because this person's angry, and the face is down here. And I haven't had any big pointy noses. I've had lots of nostrils. So... God, why am I so attached to drawing men? Like, old men. They're just more fun. There's more wrinkles. More, like, I don't know. There's just more stuff than, like, a curvy woman. Speaking of, in a lot of the circles that I'm in, people have been talking about that dragon design from, is it Raya and the Last Dragon? And how they've managed to make a Thai traditional dragon have the Disney princess same face syndrome. I am infuriated about that. It looks awful. And it's so sad because it's like, marketability was their aim, right? But Disney being such a powerhouse, they have the capability to design anything they want and they will still be able to market it. And like, their marketing is always towards kids, and kids are the most capable creatures of love. You know, like Pixar had the Sporky character, which just proves that, you know, kids can find friendship in anything. They don't have to look like a goddamn Disney princess each time. Or when I say that, like, the Disney princess doesn't have to look like a typical Disney princess. This guy's looking too old and too wiry to be a rugby player. So anyway, that was my TED Talk on the dragon. Okay, these big feet don't work. This silhouette is not suitable for rugby players, IMO. So let's try again. I say no to sequels and to marketing focus. Let's make more ugly characters. Maybe we can base something off of this really faint sketch. You guys probably barely see it. Maybe we can have something very, very wide. And then have strong legs like this. Oh yeah, this works. Now this feels more fitting than that other silhouette did for a rugby player. I see the chat now is talking about the dragon. I know very little about the film. Like, honestly, I only just watched Soul 2 days ago, and that's because tonight our guest speakers are talking about making Soul. I can't believe I get to listen to Pete Docter today. Pete Docter is the man behind my favorite film ever, aka Monsters Inc. Like, oh god, I'm so excited. I have to wake up at 1 a.m. though for that to happen, but that's okay. Anything to hear my biggest inspirations talk. Ooh, wait, okay, I like this. Let's turn this down. Let's see what my brain was thinking when I drew this silhouette. I was thinking head, a hand in pocket, kind of leaning a little to the side. and then fingers that way, and then thumb that way. Look how much expressiveness came from just that weird accidental silhouette. I actually managed to make a whole hand. I'm quite impressed with that. I usually can't do that. Okay, and this needs to move here. Oh god, I'm getting hiccups. That's not ideal. Anyway, oh wait, he's so tiny. I'm gonna make this one bigger. Ooh, whoops. Let's do it uniform. Also, sorry that the bottom of my screen is cropped off. That is because an iPad is a different dimension to 1080, what's it called? To like 1920 by 1080, so the bottom is kind of gone. And you should really go into the next Animation Dingle Festival in Ireland. They get great guest speakers. It's a lovely place. Oh, I'd love to. I really want to start participating in more festivals, especially once COVID goes away. I have met my biggest inspiration ever already from Cal Arts, which is insane. But there's so many more new people that I don't know about, you know, that I'd love to get to know. So I think that more festivals is a great place to do that, and to meet new upcoming artists just like me. Well, that sounded really conceited. Whatever. What else has been said? Every few minutes the chat just speeds up and goes so fast. Yeah, it's same. Like, I have no idea what's happening. Like, I'm getting no new comments, and then suddenly I just get a bunch all in one go. It's like, what is happening? Okay, I'm going to do some underlying structure for this one a little, because I feel like this guy looks like a toaster, and I kind of like it, or like a chest. His chest looks like a chest, haha! Like a treasure chest, I mean. Get them spikies. I have no set style. As you can see, these guys look kind of different to what the thumbnail of this video looks like. But I like having flexibility, I guess you could say. I'm also quite proud of some of the stuff I've had on my website, which I've been building for Portfolio Day at school. You guys are more than welcome to check it out. I think it's linked in the description. Mepity.com, nice and easy. So if you want, go check out some stuff there, because there's some things there that I have not posted at all to Instagram and won't post, because I might just completely leave Instagram. I'm not going to delete anything, but I don't like Instagram at all anymore. This chat is live, Ellie, but thank you for the suggestion. I think it's just lag, if I'm honest. What can this tiny head do? I can make this even smaller, actually, because everyone's got quite medium-sized heads right now. Only issue there is that then in the lineup you might look a little jarring. I guess I can do that. Great, Caitlin said, it's so chill, you literally just get to have one-on-one chats with people, like Dean Dibloy was there, Bob Peterson, Peter Lord, and then the Cartoon Saloon guys. Oh wow! Oh my god! Okay, yeah, no, that does sound good. That's the difference, I guess, like at Cal Arts when you have guest speakers, it's not often you get the opportunity to speak to the guest speakers one-on-one. I've only managed that, I'd say, 3 times. Once was with James Baxter, but it wasn't for long. Once was with Alex Hirsch, and that's still like one of the greatest moments of my life. Oh my god. And the other time was with, oh, why is his name leaving me? He was one of the head people for BoJack Horseman. What is his name? He dresses really funky. He looks like he would belong in the BoJack universe, and I really like that. Let's give this guy a really pinched face. I haven't given anyone really strong eyebrows yet. Oh, this guy can be balding. Yes, I like that. I like it a lot. But maybe he can like try to have some hair. No, that's a bit too pompadour-y. Pompadour? Comb over. There we go. Yeah, that works. His nose is a little bit funky right now, but I'll fix that at a later time. Current issue is this anatomy does not work. Where is his hand gonna go? I guess I could push it down like that, and then it feels like there's more mass in here. Yeah, that works, actually. He looks like he's ready to dance. I'm gonna rotate him slightly. Have I been drawing on the wrong layer? Oh no, never mind, they're just connected, okay. Yes, I like this guy. Right, so I finished another sketch. Let's get peeking at the chat a little more. Is CalArts really hard? Can you speak? Good question. I've heard that second year is the hardest year, and you get what you put in, I guess you could say. One thing is, art schools are notorious for having students with really poor health because it's almost like a competition of who can be more sleep deprived. That is not encouraged at CalArts. It does happen, but it's not glorified. And our teachers are absolutely there to help and support us. They want to make sure that we are safe and well. That is the priority. If we are behind in our work as a result, it's okay. If it becomes a consistent thing, then that's another matter. But our health is more important than anything. So the assignments themselves, I think that they can get very difficult, but again, you have your classmates, your upperclassmen, and your teachers there to support you, and your mentors. Okay, let's see. Oh, Caitlin, you also asked if I've watched Wolf Walkers. I have not yet, but I will, I promise. As an overseas artist who's on a bit of the older side, do you have any advice on how to start getting noticed? Gosh, good question. Because for me, I have the luxury of the contacts at CalArts. But I guess beside from that, it's having an online presence for sure. Have a nice looking website that you can link to people. Reach out to people, especially recruiters. Use hashtags on social media. That's something I recommend. That's kind of a brief summary. Apologies, but I hope that's a good start. Okay, let's see what else. Oh wait, why leave Instagram? I don't like the algorithm anymore. The moment that they changed it from being chronological feed to being algorithmic feed, I started to detest Instagram. But it also has become incredibly homogenized along with all the other social media platforms. You know, how everyone's adding stories and reels and whatever. But also all of this data stuff and how it's owned by Facebook I've never liked. And anyway, with the algorithm now is it kind of forces you to post frequently, and I don't feel comfortable posting all the time. So, yeah. Wait, Zeus is asking, why middle-aged buffed men? Oh, because I'm doing a lineup of professional rugby players for an upcoming video. So, I think that a professional rugby team tends to fit into the demographic of young to middle-aged, buff, very strong men. I've had a lot of mixed reviews on going to art school being self-taught. As someone who has experienced a little bit of an art-specific college, what are your thoughts? People need to make their own decision in terms of what they want to get from their education, because I know that some people who go to brick and mortar schools truly love it. Doesn't matter what school it is. Some people who go to like a community college, for example, love that even though it's not an art-specific school. Other people really prefer online courses, and others try to go it alone and just keep working on their portfolio by themselves. And all three options are completely valid and workable. I, of course, am attached to my brick and mortar CalArts, but I think a lot of it is the school specifically. CalArts is known to be the best, one of the best in the world for animation, so of course I'm going to like it. But if you go to a school that maybe isn't as reputable, then it might be harder to find enjoyment. Maybe the teachers are a little lackluster or less passionate, or maybe the student body is not as enthusiastic, and so it kind of can be draining, or maybe it just feels like you're not learning anything. So it really depends on the school. That is where I think the research should go. And of course there's also things like cost, which I wish it was never an issue, but unfortunately it is. Oh yeah, this cute lady thing. Okay. Yeah. Merge this down. What else are people saying? Twitter. Oh, I hate Twitter even more than I hate Instagram. Oh yeah, I forgot about Instagram adding the shopping thing and how it's moved where the like notification is, and they're trying to use our muscle memory. Like, rude. So yeah, I'm kind of just gonna stick to YouTube, and I do kind of want to start migrating to TikTok. Don't like TikTok very much either, but I think it's a good platform to grow, and I want to start talking more about my TV show idea and the characters that belong in the TV show universe. For example, we have Janie, who is my sweet little darling. She's very energetic and mischievous, and I'm sure you guys recognize her with her big Mickey Mouse ears. I draw her all the time, so if you're a longer time follower of mine, you might recognize her. Then I also have Nico, formerly called Tom, recently changed, well, a few months ago, because Tom was too generic for me. He is the moody, sullen, brooding type, and cannot deal with Janie's endless amounts of energy. But you know what? They have to, in the story that I want to tell, they have to work together. They have to stick together. So they learn to get along. And then my newest addition is Charlie. Charlie is... I love drawing Charlie. I don't know why exactly, but I think it's the big mushroom hair. It's just so fun, and it's like really big, sticky outy nose. Charlie is super fun. They aren't non-binary, by the way. I know a lot of people have been wondering. I use them for my Lego animation. And Charlie is the cool guy out of the gang. It's maybe a little bit too cool for school. You can cause some trouble because of it. Oh god, this is a really bad drawing of Charlie. Whoops. I should probably be doing actual character design right now, not drawing my OCs. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys recognize them? Have you noticed them kind of reappearing in my feed recently? Because these are the guys that I want to tell my story with. I want them to have a TV show so badly. Yeah, so keep an eye out. I have big plans for them. Really big plans. Might take a couple years. Hey Roy. Roy, you know those plans. It's Nico D'Angelo's birthday today. I'm not sure who Nico D'Angelo is, I'm afraid. Sorry. Yeah, also, someone said you like how expressive they are with the dot eyes. That means a lot that you think they're expressive, because that's something I often struggle with. But yes, the dot eyes, I love dot eyes so much. I mean, look at all these little dots everywhere. I should probably demonstrate that I can draw things other than dot eyes in my portfolio. But when I do that, it ends up just being generic ovals with 3 eyelashes at the bottom. That's like my other default. Yeah. So, anyway, those are my characters. Keep an eye out on them. Keep an eye out for them, sorry. And I always appreciate fan art. Nah, I'm not. I don't want to be a beg. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys draw what you want. Although, it is my birthday in less than a week. It's my birthday on Tuesday. I'm going to be turning 20. Oh my god, wait, that's so weird. I'm going to have beaten teenage pregnancy. Ah! That's a good thing for me, but yes. The day you pitch gets greenlit, I'll be excited to watch the show. Ah, thank you. Who would you like to work with to produce your TV show? In the current climate and how studios are at this point, I think Netflix would be the best place. They have the most freedom. The biggest issue, though, with them is their marketing is really all over the place. Some shows get virtually no advertising before they are released, and then others get marketed to the gods, and those are usually the franchise stuff or live action things. Animation doesn't seem to be getting the same treatment, and I know that Netflix animation is fairly new, but I'd like to see. Though I want to get some good industry experience first before I even attempt to pitch my idea. So the climate may be completely different by the time I'm old enough. Well, not old enough, but you're never too young, you're never too old. By the time I'm ready to start pitching to networks. Because initially I really wanted to have my show on Cartoon Network. And only in the last 2 years, I'd say, has that changed a little. What brushes do you use? I'm currently using, for sketching, Derwent. And when I ink, I use Ink Bleed, which is this. Oh, that's a bit thick. I really like Ink Bleed. It's my favourite at the minute. Animating live, a lovely demo reel. Ah, thank you. I'm not animating right now, but I'd like to animate at some point. It's just I'm a very slow animator, and I really don't like animation, so I end up taking breaks far too frequently. So I don't know if I'll be doing an animation live stream for a while. My first live stream ever on YouTube was an animation one. In fact, I think I was animating Janelle, my friend, who might still be on the stream, I'm not sure. Ah, Josie's birthday is right before mine. There you go. Yeah, 3rd of February is my birthday. Turning 20, I can't believe it. I've been talking too much, so I'm not really concentrating on this guy's design, and it's showing because it feels very inconsistent. Maybe I can give him like a really long, weirdly shaped shirt. And let's try this again. Let's go here, and then his hands are like, ooh, what's happening? Oh wait, hold on. Oh my. Sounds more like that, yeah, okay. Oh, hi from Ghana. Oh my gosh, I have people all over the world. That's really cool. Yeah, what countries are you guys in right now? Is anyone in the same time zone as me? It's a nice, cozy 6:28 p.m. for me, which means that I have about 10 minutes before I'm gonna go. I might live stream, seeing as this hasn't gone too poorly, I might live stream again later this week and do the inking and the colouring part of these characters. How does that sound? Probably the same time. Let's see. Just got some Discord notifications. Going back to studios and where I want to work and things, I will gladly, go anywhere. When I have goals, they're just really there's not that much weight to them. I just want to be able to make art and be happy, and wherever that may be, then I'm happy. Yeah, so it's all a little arbitrary at this point when I'm talking. Actually, no, this is looking a little better. I'm really distracted by this face that I drew. I'm going to get rid of it because it's confusing me a little. Same energy though that I want. Which way is this out here? Wait, I've had a lot of outwardly curving faces. Let's try a more crescent moon face. That feels like Johnny Bravo. Oh, look at that. I've just realised everyone's talking about the countries that they're in. Oh my gosh, wow, you guys are such a worldwide audience. We have people in South America, North America, Europe, Africa, Asia. I haven't seen any Oceania people yet, but that's, I don't know, it's just so cool. So cool. I appreciate it a lot that you guys are here supporting me. I don't even know how many viewers I have. My window is completely obscured by nothing actually. It's just my window tab is squished. Hold on, let me stretch it out. We have concurrent 320 viewers. 320 is not bad at all. like at all. I was thinking I was going to get maybe 150, so it's double what I was expecting. That's awesome. Here we go. This guy's going to have a... Well, hold on. How do I draw a broken nose from a funny angle without it just looking like a funny shaped nose in general? Well, I guess this works. Kind of like, it's like a beak hook. Hooked beak. Beak hook? Did I just invent something by accident? I don't know. Let's have this guy be like, oh yeah, let's... Oh yes, this is good, okay. He's inspecting his nails or something, except not his nails because I don't think rugby players care about their nails a whole bunch. Hold on. The difficulty with these tiny eyes is that you can't pinpoint exactly where they're facing without moving them like on the whole head. So it kind of results in a slightly wonky looking head. Let me look at some rugby players again. I want to see some hairstyles. What sort of hairstyles are here? God, they're just all very generic. Wait, maybe I can have a more intense widow's peak. Like this. Wait, hold on, maybe like that. And then maybe you can have some curly hair. Nah, actually, I've already done curly hair, haven't I? Yeah, I've done more curly hair than straight. I guess I can just have some nondescript something or other happening. I'll take that. Okay. I forgot that this guy still hasn't got legs. Well, still we'll save that for later. Okay, next sketch. And I'm keeping all of these in separate layers because I'm going to rearrange this at a later point when I clean everything up so that they actually become a lineup. And that's another thing, I'm trying to keep them on a vaguely similar sort of plane, like angle. This guy here stands out a bit and I might have to change his pose ever so slightly so that this leg is down here. Just so that, yeah, they look like they're all standing on the same piece of ground. But not a big deal, if I'm honest. Okay, I'm going to move on to this guy now. Let's see. I haven't done anyone who actually has a normal neck. But these guys all have thick necks. They're all rugby players. No. This is okay. Maybe I can have some really balloony looking arms. Well, these look maybe a bit too ridiculous. This looks like a prego belly. Oh, stretch. No. No. Start the game. Kind of want someone with chunky legs again. Get those muscles in there. I just think that looks good. Actually, I think that works. That looks vaguely muscular. You can have some really baggy shorts, because I don't think I've had any really baggy shorts yet. This guy's skin tight. shoes. Unnecessary details whilst I stall. Let's see. Maybe another more relaxed fit. Because I think most people are reasonably tight except for this guy. Top-wise I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to doing all the like sponsored detailing. That's gonna be fun. Actually, let me move this forward slightly. Yeah, that's good. You know, has anyone got their hands just down? No, I think this guy can just have his hands down. This looks fine. He feels a bit like a Fall Guy kind of proportion. How do I make it flow but still look bubbly? Maybe it just won't go bubbly. Don't know. I think the silhouette at this point is just distracting me. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe you can ask someone with facial hair. I don't have anyone with facial hair yet. Actually, now I'll deal with that later. That's not a detail that's important right now. Kind of want some high top something. I haven't got anything like that yet. Oh yeah, let's get a big smiley dude in here. God, I can never make squinty eyes with my beady eye look. It's so difficult. Maybe something like that. The face does not match the feet. Let's try and move this out a little to make it more open looking. Freeform it like that. Like that. And lengthen it. Actually, even more. He looks mean. I don't want him to look mean. Maybe his face is just a little too big for his head. There we go. It feels slightly better. He's super wonky, but that's fine. Let me just check out the comments. What's happening in here? What have I missed? We've got a lot of highs. Does Nepty have a Discord for the subscribers? I do! It's linked in the description, hopefully. What do you think about studios sending over the animating work to Korea? I have no issue with studios here sending them over, but the issue I have is how deeply underpaid animation studios in places like Korea, Canada, India, Japan are. You know, those people are worked to the bone, and it's really, I don't know, it's a shame. But I think with the way that the US in particular works, it's not as easy to have a studio built on actual animation that's done in-house. I don't think it's particularly viable. I'm a young artist and I wanted to know how to receive criticism without having artist friends or contacts. The Discord server that I have is a really amazing and friendly place. I'm always in awe of how nice people are in there, super supportive, and people are always giving out critiques if you ask for them. Ask people on the internet. Yeah, exactly. People on the internet are friendlier than you think. Just don't give away too much personal information. Well, don't give any personal information, really. Been having a lot of issues lately trying to decide on a colour palette for your characters. Do you have any tips? I don't know very much about colour, if I'm honest. I mean, have you noticed how much yellow I use? So, I don't know. Don't go too crazy with color palettes. I suggest no more than 3 main colors, and then kind of stick within those color families if you're going to have more variation. Let's see. Do Rugby have referees? Yes, I'm going to draw a referee, I think. Well, I don't know if they look... I don't think the referees look the same as they do in football, you know, with the classic black and white stripy top. Maybe they do. I'll need to look that up. Let's see. Do you think you will do some voiceover work for your own show? Oh my god, I really want to. I'm not the best actress, but there are voices that I would like to do. There's voices I can do, and so I kind of want to create characters around the voices. Be Blue Studio. I'm not sure what's happening with all the crazy fonts, but they're not particularly necessary. So, favorite Gorillaz character? It's gotta be 2D. It's gotta be. But I love them as a collective, and I'm so excited for the movie that's coming out. Can't believe I've known about it for over a year. I've been waiting for so long. Who and what are some of your biggest inspirations for your art? In terms of animation and like storytelling, it's Alex Hirsch and Gravity Falls. In terms of visuals, I love Jamie Hewlett, you know, man behind Gorillaz, the artist for Gorillaz, I mean. So that's those are my 2 default people, but it's honestly just my peers, my classmates are my biggest inspirations at this point in time. I really admire them, and I wish I could have their skills, but you know, we all have different strengths, and I'd like to be a director eventually, and I hope that is something I'm okay at. Well, I need practice, but it'll get there. Like, I'm not so concerned about my animation skills, because that's not something that I want to do in the industry, which is why I don't animate very much. Now his pose, his like facial expression is too cheerful for the pose that I'm giving him. Oh, gonna have to get rid of it. Nah. I think that works for now. I can do that. What else are people talking about in here? How do you take criticism without it feeling like a personal attack? Oh my gosh, okay. The artwork I'm making for this video is literally talking about that. The video is going to be called Design versus Style, and that's one of the things to observe, if that makes sense. I think your voice would match Janie. You know, I would like that, but for some reason I imagine her having an American accent, and I cannot do American accents. I can sound like a child, though. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. This is gonna be... I don't know if this is a good idea for me to put this on live out on the internet, but like, yeah, I can do a child's voice. It does take some warming up, though, so it's gonna sound a little iffy.
But I can talk like a little kid, and it's really, really, really weird. And the more I do it, the higher pitched and the babyier I can go. And if I have a character that is a little child, then I could be a little child.
Okay, that's enough of that. That's cursed right there. My IRL friends who know me absolutely hate when I do that voice. So yeah, gonna have a child voice somewhere in the show. Oh, you know what? Hands behind the back could actually work for this. It looks like a little bit like I'm cheating, but it's fine. Something like that works. Let's see. Let's clean this up a little. This is very messy here. But you can see where I'm struggling. Put in Discord notifications. Just got a message from Roy saying you can't just whip out your child's voice like that. Yeah, so it can sound better if I want. Someone's saying do teacher. I can give myself, like, I can sound a little more posh than I am. A little. Let's see. Okay, class, today we shall be learning about character design. And I am talking in this ridiculous voice. I don't think this is truly an accent. This just sounds like I'm pretending to be posh. My voice is naturally posh, I would say, but not in the same sense. You know, now that I look at this character, he feels a little bit out of place from all the others. I don't know why. I think his nose is just a little intense. I mean, all of these designs are intense, but this guy feels a bit too much. Mercalia, I am doing a teacher voice right now just for you, so I hope you're happy. I don't know how to get out of this voice now. I feel like I'm being too serious. Maybe I could read from Paloma. A good way to make colours look like they belong together is taking the main colour of the character, lower the opacity, and put it over the other colours you want to use. It will look more harmonised. Yes, see, this is a good principle to have with colour, and I tend to do this with overlay blending modes. Soft light, hard light, and overlay are good. If you have a low opacity layer that looks like that, then it immediately unifies your work. Let me show you a quick example. You know what? I shall take you on a journey through my work. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm exposing myself. Here is the thumbnail that I did today. What I can do is I can add, oh god, this voice, I need to stop. If anyone's joined the live stream now, that is not my typical voice. So if I add, let's say it's very yellow already. I mean, it's me, so of course it's yellow. So if I do something different, like a greeny blue, and I put it over the top, great, whatever. But then you change the blending mode to something like overlay, or soft light, or hard light. Hard light is probably the strongest for now, because my colour is already so intensely yellow that it doesn't look very good. But then if I lower the opacity, then it just unifies things a little. It doesn't look good because this is so yellow. Let's see if I can find a different file. I quite like this drawing. I pumped it out real fast though. That's how I look. That's my outfit right now. Okay. I feel like I'm really exposing myself. We have this Charlie. This is a page that is on my website. I can, let's see, let's just do some overlay stuff on here. If I select this and then do that, then change it to be, oh god. None of these look very good. So if I go with overlay, but let's change the colour to be a little grayer and darker, so it's not as intense. It now has made everything a slightly cooler tone, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to sketches. I should be cooking dinner now, but I'm honestly just waiting for my sister to let me know when food is ready. God, I'm really exposing myself. Where am I? Oh, here it is. I'm in YouTube because that's what this is for. I think I should probably get going rather than start anything new. But I have 6 complete sketches, which is great. And then a 7th one that's I might need to review a little. Let's see. This guy needs to go over this circle. There we go. Let's go back to this colour. Let's do some reading of comments again. The vibes in this live are so chill. I really enjoy just hanging out here and listening to you talk. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy talking to you guys too. It's fun. It's really fun. And hopefully in the coming months I'll be live streaming more, and I'll have a better setup so you won't have the background static of my computer being really stressed. Do you have any tips for training animation? I feel kind of discouraged because 1 second takes a lot of time to do and draw, and at the same time I don't think I can improve by just doing a second. So one thing is, you know, there's 24 frames of animation in a second, but you don't have to draw all of those frames. A good way to study is to study key poses, and key poses can be every like 10 frames, could be even every 16 frames or something. And so that means there's less work for you to do, but you're still getting an idea for motion. And if you look up key poses for like walk cycles or something, then that's a good place to start. And if you need to time things out, just have the same image twice or multiple times, and that way it's timed a little better. Sorry, that's the world's roughest explanation, but my brain is not very animation oriented right now. Okay, if you finally get your own TV show, how would your characters sound like? It's a good question, and you know, a lot of people make videos for headcanon voices they have for their characters. I can't even make that because I really don't know what I want my characters to sound like. I have actively been seeking the sound and have not found it yet. So I'll let you know when I find it, in some shape or form anyway. What time is it for me? It is 6:51 p.m. Are you a freelancer? Kind of. I mean, I'm taking a year off school, so I've been doing some freelance work, although at this point I want to start focusing on my own stuff because I'm living with my parents, which is fortunate, and it means that I don't have to have a full income. So instead I want to build up my my YouTube following so that I can start having an income from this that is more sustainable, and yeah, I don't know, that's what I want to do. I've been wanting to tell you for a while that you're a huge inspiration to me. This is my first time being on one of your live streams, and I must say it's very pleasant. Oh, thank you. This is my first time being on a live stream too. No, it's my second time, technically, I guess. But thank you. That means a lot. I've said this time and time again that my ultimate goal in life is to inspire people. And if the fact that I'm already able to do that is such a fulfilling feeling, and I'm endlessly thankful that I have the love and support that you guys give. Thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how to make this sound genuine, but I mean it. Okay, let's see, what else? What is the best way to learn anatomy from your experience? I think the skeleton is a really good place to start. You can look up, there's like posable skeletons you can find online, and there's just loads of reference in general. And once you know how the mechanics of the body are, then it's easier to start building mass on top. And also just simplifying things into shapes like boxes and spheres. You know, like this is a person, except not with normal face proportions. I don't know. So that's something I suggest. How do you think of the name Nepety? How did I think of that? Good question. So let me tell you a story. I think a couple of my really loyal subscribers have heard me say this before, that when I was around 13, I had a lol so random phase, and instead of an awkward silence, I would go nep, and the longer the silence was, the more creative that noise would get, and so it eventually evolved into like nep, nep, nepety, nep. Just noises to annoy people, I guess. And then 2017 came around, and I've been drawing on the wrong there. Crap. And I made my Gorillaz Let Me Out animatic, which is my first YouTube video. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I want to post this, but I do not have a YouTube channel to post to. So I had to make an account, and I had to give the account a name. And I went, Nep. I was like, hold on. That can be the name, Nepety. It's nothing to do with my name, like my real name, Anya, nothing to do with anything other than it being a lol so random sound I used to say when I was a teenager. And I have no regrets. I think it's a silly name, but I like it, and I think it's unique, but still, like, you can still spell it, you know, it's not like some ridiculous amalgamation of letters and numbers or whatever. At least I hope it's memorable. I really love your voice and accent. Thank you. You know, for a while, especially when when I only had a few videos on YouTube, people were convinced that I was an American faking my accent. Like, oh gosh, if I was faking this, I would be so exhausted from doing that constantly. But nope, this is my real voice. You know, I might just change this up and make him bend over a little, like stick his little butt out. and just have his legs like this. Actually, it would be more like that. I'm changing this guy's line of action, but that's okay. Like that. Oh, you know what? Maybe he can be one dynamic character. Just one. And he's like running to catch something. I'll take that. Yeah, we can have that. Because the twist in the body is reasonable, makes sense for it. But if that's the case, then his facial expression needs to change. And I'm going to shrink his nostrils down a little bit. They're just a bit too offensive on the eye, I would say. In comparison, like the proportions are maybe slightly too extreme compared to the other characters. Maybe we can have, oh no, not quite like that, like, does that work? That looks ridiculous, but I want it to be like, you know, the wind is blowing in his face. And if that's the case, then his hair needs to be like, woof. But I don't think he should have this hair. I drew this on and I forgot to erase it. Haha! Got some spiky 90s frosted tips. I can do that. I can have that instead. Let's take a look at more comments. Any Renaissance art you like? I need to really up my education. I really do. Oh yes, people did just assume I was American, which I am, technically. I am British and American and Russian. I have 3 nationalities. But British is the accent that I have because I've grown up here. I can't remember the name, but this one scientist that goes Meep. What, from Sesame, not Sesame, but was it Sesame Street? The puppet, yeah, that's right. I thought his nose was his face, the mouth. Yeah, exactly. His face his nose is just a bit too obstructive. Is that a word? What's better fitting for animators nowadays? Movie or TV shows? Completely different things for different people. Let me give an example with character design. So I want to head into TV because I get bored very easily. And so TV is faster paced. You can't be as precious with work. And so, and also there's a lot more new characters. So you're designing something, do it, move on. Next week you're doing something else, or maybe next 3 weeks or whatever. With feature, you end up working on something for far longer because the film itself takes longer. And, some people enjoy the slow-paced nature where they can spend a long time on one character and render it beautifully and really just kind of explore the artistry of a design, which that you don't have that time in the fast-paced TV world. And it's funny, there's a kind of elitism apparently among feature film people where they think that it's more prestigious to be in feature. But I think that there's an entirely different skill set that is needed for TV, which is that whole fast-paced thing. So it depends on what the individual prefers and what their art style is suited to. Like, for example, for me, I think I could be flexible. I think I could do feature stuff, but my things tend to be on the simpler side. So it's like, I'm not very detail-oriented. I don't care for detail so much. Mostly because I'm lazy. So things like this are more suited to perhaps TV. Favorite childhood cartoons? I think I've said this a couple times before, but I did not watch many cartoons when I was little. I was not allowed to watch the Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, or any of that when I was a kid. Which is funny. The main reason was because of SpongeBob, because it kills your brain cells apparently. And now I go to Disney SpongeBob school, so joke's on you, parents. Nah, they support me now. Took a while, but they support me. which I'm very fortunate to have. What was I going to say? I can't remember. My bad. Oh, but anyway, when I was 13 was when I started to watch cartoons of my own volition, and that was Gravity Falls. But I've also loved Adventure Time, regular show, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Oh my god, such a good show. I wish it went on for longer. That was a good one. It was all leaving my mind right now. I'm loving the Owl House at the minute. Avatar, of course, except I only watched Avatar, I think 2 months ago for the first time ever. Shocker, I know. Do I watch other artists? How many times do you spend on that? How have you found? I spend more hours on watching art on Twitter rather than drawing my art. That's another reason why I'm stepping away from social media, because at this point I'm happy with my own inspirations, and if I really need an inspirational kick, then I'll go back to social media. But otherwise, I try and focus on myself. So maybe a social media cleanse is in your sights. I don't have any more silhouettes left that are good. Like, this is not good. This was my first silhouette. Like, yeah. Oh, you guys are saying yeah, so I wasn't allowed to watch stuff, but I also didn't have all these channels on my TV anyway. We just had like the default thing. We didn't have Sky or anything like that, so Disney Channel wasn't even an option. I think that might be it. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm done with these sketches. I'm quite proud of them, if I'm honest. We can delete this layer now. Let's flip the canvas. Let's just see if there's anything incredibly wonky. Immediately, this straight on guy is very wonky. Let's move him over and let's liquefy him. That sounded really morbid. I see you guys are very excited about me mentioning Owl House and Amphibia. I love Owl House, I love Amphibia. I mean, of course I'm gonna love them. They are created by they're created by Cal Arts alum and Gravity Falls alum. Two different things. So, I mean, Matt Brawley, creator of Amphibia, went to Cal Arts and worked on Gravity Falls, and then Dana Terrace worked on Gravity Falls. So, like, super duper cool. Makes me very happy. It took me a while to get into what's it called? Into Owl House. I felt like the first episodes were kind of generic. I could really easily see the plot from miles away. But then as the episodes got on, it started to, the pace picked up a little and it felt better. Amphibia felt a little slow at the start, but I don't think that was the episode's fault. I have a feeling that was a Disney executive decision type of situation. Yeah. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character? Yes. So who have I had crushes on? Let's see if you guys recognize these. These are me trying to draw them from memory. Oh god. When I say crush, like mild crush. Not really a crush, just I really like their personality. Oh god, what's his hair look like? Oh god, this looks so cursed. This looks terrible. That looks nightmare worthy, but that was one crush. Kind of. Then Alawarupi Kupo. I'm afraid I can't read what you're writing, but you're getting a little bit spammy, hun. Yeah, it's Tom from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Part of why I also changed Nico's name. I was like, nah, there's too many Toms out there. I really love the character. So yeah, these aren't really crushes. They're just like people I would want to be friends with in real life. Oh god, I can't draw this style at all. Maybe you'll see with the hair. Yeah, these are all from memory as well, so please Please keep that in mind. Do you know who's this horrendous drawing? Okay, I'm gonna do some meeting. Using a timeout. Okay. Will this stream be posted to your channel after it's over? Yes, it will be. By the way, at this point I'm just waiting for my sister to message me because I'm done with my sketches. I might, yep, soccer. Literally love that character. I think Sokka is probably the best example of a comedic relief character I've ever seen, because he's not the butt of the joke, you know, like the comedy doesn't happen at his expense. Emma and Sokka, what with the like hair down or whatever. Well, that's a big forehead. Man, I just like, you know, sometimes I'm like, do I want them or do I want to be them? And I currently have the same hairstyle as Sokka. It's like, well, I think I just want to be them. Who else did I have a crush on? Gee, I'm really exposing myself. I mean, back when I was really little, I really liked Peter Pan. But like, he's got a really strange nose. I don't know. My favorite animators are Pete Docter. Yeah, he's the guest speaker tonight. So in a couple hours, I'll be listening to Pete Docter speak, which is exciting. Really, really exciting. My favourite animators like Pete Docter, Genndy Tartakovsky, and Tim Burton graduated CalArts. I just want to clarify, did CalArts teach them, or did they just do everything by themselves? Yeah, CalArts taught them. It's still very much a similar education to what we get now, just different software, well, different technology, I guess. One of my friends' rooms was Tim Burton's old room, and the door in the dorms is a different shape to everywhere else. God, I'm waiting for my sister to tell me. Like, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I think I should probably end the stream now, to be honest, because I have not eaten for 7 hours and I would like to eat, and I'm getting a little bit grumpy. I'm trying to keep that pep in my step. So anyway, I do hope to stream again soon. It'll probably be just as messy as it was today, if I'm honest. But I will perhaps continue on by cleaning up these characters. And I hope to see you guys there. Actually, wait, before let's just finish things up a little bit. I'm gonna tweak some proportions here. I think if I lengthen this guy's legs, it'll feel more proportional. Like that. And now his eyes are wonky, whatever. I think I can... Maybe I can shrink this guy's arms a little bit. Just this part. And then we can roll pointer. Oof, I've really messed this up. Oh well. I want to just extend my hand there. Okay. Yeah, that's better. What's happening in the comments? Does anybody here watch Big City Greens? I need to, I really should. I've heard it's really good. A lot of artists don't just draw humans, but also different things like other objects, animals, monsters, other things that you like to draw that aren't human. If you look at my website, I actually really enjoyed doing some prop design. Let me see if I can show that to you guys without exposing my whole work. Prop design. I enjoy it. I think it's really fun. Here's some backpacks that I did. Like, I don't know, it's just, I really enjoy inanimate objects too. Can someone become a really good animator at Disney without CalArts? Oh, absolutely. I mean, most people don't go to CalArts. So, yeah. Someone's asking what Pete Docter talk. It's something for school, so not open to the public, I'm afraid. I turned my notifications off. Why am I still getting them? Anyway, that. I did that a couple months ago. did some garden shed things. I never finished the colouring, but the colouring wasn't too important. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Whatever. Nah. But that exists. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's get back to where I was. Right, I think that I should end things here. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. It's been really fun. I definitely want to do this again, and you will be seeing more of these rugby players at a later stage. Later stage being next week, so yeah, not too bad. And sorry I haven't been able to answer everyone's questions, but I will. I don't know what I'll do. It's hard to answer everyone's questions, but I'll try and do that somehow in videos over time. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at a later date. Have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on my social medias. Join my Discord stream, which is in the description, along with everything else. And yeah, that's it. Bye!